Good evening, YouTube world. Welcome to episode 29 of the Arm Wrestling Buzz Show. I'd like to first start off, introduce the Arm Wrestling Buzz crew. We got Israel Chavez. We got Tom Stubberlean. I'd like to also make mention of our sponsors, Vitacell Biologics. If any of you guys got any injuries or whatever, definitely check out my description. We'll put the link in there and we'll get you hooked up with some stem cell therapy. And also, if you need some high quality arm wrestling handles, get over to gripzilla.com. Use the code Paul10, receive 10% off. It is my pleasure to introduce tonight's two special guests. One of them just put on a clinic at this past weekend over in Tennessee at the 198-pound round robin, and that is legend Craig Tullier. We also
What's up, guys?
What's up, Craig? How you doing, brother?
Doing good, bro.
And we also are blessed to have Robbie Karstendiek, who is actually the owner of Body by Robbie, big up-and-coming supplement company. And he's got a lot of big things to tell us about coming up in 2024. And Robbie is also one of the top arm wrestlers down in the South. He is actually number 2 behind the legend Craig Tullier. What's up, Robbie? How you doing, brother?
Hey guys, how you doing? Yeah, it's I'm number 2 in the state, but the gap is still crazy, But it's great. Craig's only 3.5 hours away, so I really need to start training and heading over there more often. If I ever want to reach that top level like he is.
Yeah, especially this past weekend, Craig. Oh my God, bro. What a show. He went 11-0. Nobody slowed him down. Nobody stopped him, right through everybody. And I mean, it was the who's who. All the top 198s in North America were there. And he showed there's a big gap between him and number 2. So Craig, first tell us about how the weekend went and everything leading up to it and all that.
Yeah, so thanks. First of all, thanks for having me, Paul. So leading up to it, it was kind of stressful for me because after Mississippi State, I've been kind of having some soreness on my shoulder when I pulled Big Corey West. So I've been kind of like, just kind of babying it, and in the back of my mind, it starts messing with me mentally. I was like, am I not going to be ready, or so. What's crazy is Saturday morning, I was in the elevator with Denis, my wife, and we were going down the elevator. We got in the elevator to go down to leave to get in the car to go. And she looked at me and she says, you ready? And I looked at her and I said, we're going to win this. So we went on downstairs and we went to the contest, and man, it was unbelievable, man. I'm going to tell you, I've never been in a tournament to where we had that much talent in one class and we got to everybody pull each other. It's just unbelievable. I felt, honored to even be a part of it.
Yeah, big shout out to Larray Jenkins. He's doing amazing things with these round robins. That's like his niche. He started off with the 154s. It was a great success. Hunter Knopf got the win that day. Now he just went in through 198-pound, got all the top elites in a country, and now he just announced 176-pound is coming next, and he actually is letting Hunter Knopf, who was the winner of the 154, he's going to get the pull up, and he's going to go be one of the entry fees in the 176 and all. So shout out to Larray, doing great things. And it's funny you said that about what you just said about in the elevator, because I believe Denis posted that, after your event, she made that post, because I remember seeing that and like, holy shit, that is crazy. Like, you called it right before that. You just were in that mindset and all.
Yeah.
So Craig, what was the lead up for training for this, man? Was like, how do you train for something like this? 11 rounds is just ridiculous as far as endurance. So how did you go about that?
Yeah. So what I've been doing for about 2 months solid is I take all my guys on my team, and we practice every Sunday, and I lift weights the other 6 days. And my workout routine, I've ramped up and I've always been a key opponent for lifting heavy. So what I decided to do is, I knew it was going to turn into a bloodbath, so I ramped my reps up tremendously. So what I did is normally where I would do 10 to 15 reps, heavy as I can go. Well, I was doing 25 to close to 30 reps, and I raised my sets to 8 sets, and to where I was just forcing so much blood volume in. It was really hard at first for me to do it, and I started doing it, and I noticed that the transition of my blood flow in my arms and the way I was feeling was changing in the good. That was the part I changed in the workouts. Now, far as the pulling training change up was what I started doing is taking some. I got 180 and a 50-pound band. So what I've been doing is I'll hook the band on my pullers that come on the table with me, and we'll start off right out the box. I'll take like my strongest guy, and we'll put the 100-pound band on, and then I'll pull him, and then I'll add an 80 like that. And if I have to add a 40, and then what I do is I change the angles to where it's pulling me off center, and I'm fighting, off center to get to where I'm needing to be, and I'm not able to just drive through them. And a lot of my matches were like at practice, I'm saying would be, I'd get right off the center and getting them over, but I was fighting to hold that and even to pin them. And I figured that would prepare me for, if I got locked into a match and it got into a blood fight. So I winded up doing that. And then as I would go to the next puller, I would get to the point to where I was barely able to pull them without, with no band, just to wear me down. And then when I would get to that point, I would get off the table and I'd wait 3 minutes and I'd get right back up.
Wow.
So it really helped. It really helped.
And how long would those practices go on for, pulling like that?
So we practiced, Paul, for a minimum of around 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's not many breaks. You just do the 3 minute in between and you're back on.
Yeah, I was staying on the table the entire time to the point of that when I got off of it, I mean, I was in a bind. I mean, my arm was just fried.
Next level, brother. I want
Well,
to shout out.
Sure. It paid off.
Yep, it
Thank
definitely
you, Robbie.
did.
It definitely paid off. Hey, my dad, he was like, I bet Craig's going to go 12 or 11-0. And he was right. I was like, I think so. He's on a whole different level right now. And yeah.
Thank you, man.
We're at the LSU game watching. I was like, we got to go. But we're watching. I was like, we got to watch Craig. It was awesome.
Man, thank you, bro.
No problem.
I also want to make mention, there was some other great pullers there, and Robbie Russell, man, what an amazing performance from him as well. He went 10-1. His only loss was to you, Craig. And another one that was making waves, which, any of the East Coast guys, we knew of him already, and that was Jason Merlo.
Yes.
And, wow, very, very impressive, man. And, he was going through guys pretty fast. He was very efficient with it. I liked his style as far as the round robin and being able to go all 11 rounds. So, definitely shout out to those guys. And a couple of guys in the chat just want to say a quick hello. Stizzy, what up? Arm Sports Entertainment, Tim Talmadge, what's up, brother? How you doing? We got Cam from Hudson Valley Armbenders. We got Devon's Forum, my moderator. What's up, brother? How you doing? Tall Paul. Robbie Russell's in the house. Jason Merlo. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Benji Mack in the house. So, Israel, I want to hear, bro, because I know you had a couple questions for Craig. I wanted to hear about that. And I also know you had a lot of interest in Robbie as far as an arm wrestler as well.
Yeah. So Craig, I wanted to just, I watched the round robin, and I just, like I already told you, man, you put on quite the clinic at that round robin. I just wanted to ask, it didn't seem like anyone slowed you down at all, but I wanted to see if anybody, maybe scared you a little bit going into it, or was there anybody in particular that you were, maybe watching out for, thinking, oh, I'm going to see this guy in the final, or, what was going through your head when this was about to go down?
That's a good question, Israel. So yes, to answer all of that, yes. So basically going into it, when they picked the bracket to where how we knew who we were going to pull, which I'm so glad that they did that, because that was really cool that they did that. I knew I had Artem first match. The only time that I've ever pulled Artem was at some practices. We've never actually had a match in a tournament, and I've been watching Artem. I mean, he's practicing and training every day, and he's strong as heck. And And I knew that he was going to be a threat. I was nervous about that. And then I never have ever had a match with Adam, and Adam's been just crushing it. So I knew that my second match was Adam, and I'm like, the first two matches are going to be brutal, in my book, and I said, well, then I've been watching. I know Robbie. Last time me and Robbie pulled, Robbie he crushed me. I was coming back from my surgeries, and I just got back, and Robbie was just so dominant, and he's been just dominating this last year. So the one that I already knew has gotten stronger, and he showed it there every match, was Jason Merlo. And me and Jason, we go way back, and I watched him beat Nicholas Nanestad at the High Five, and it was just a dominating match. And I've watched him through this time. He's getting better and better, and he's always been an extremely strong strap puller. And it's just gotten to where it's starting to transition to he's more dominant even out of the straps, and it's just icing on the cake. So, my first match, when I got it past me, and I knew that, okay, well, I'm still feeling good. And then I knew I had Adam, coming. And like I said, I didn't know what to expect, because all these guys have earned their spots. So I was really worried, for at least the top five that I was pulling.
Now, who was your hardest match, would you say, that night?
I'm going to say Robbie. Robbie was, he was setting up really, he has a tall arm. His arm is taller than mine. And my biggest problem with myself is I get over anxious, and that causes me to, jump a little fast. I don't want to say make mistakes, but I get too anxious. And sometimes that's my worst enemy, is myself. So my wife, thank God, looked up at me and told me, Craig, you need to back it down. And I did that because me and Robbie were, getting gripping and starting to get set up, and I drew a foul, and, both of us wanted to pull, and everybody wanted to see us pull. And so he's like, come on, bro, let's do this. And I looked at him, I said, yes, man, you're right. Because I didn't want to foul, didn't want him to foul out, so Robbie for sure was the strongest that I felt that day.
Okay, comparison between Jason Merlo and Adam Warzinski.
Jason Merlo.
Okay.
Jason Merlo.
Now, I just want to kind of go over the list of everybody's place that day. So if the subscribers, if you missed the last round robin, which, if you did, get over to Brad Cook's YouTube. It's for free. Go check it out. But this was the order that day. And Craig won first place, 11-0, no losses. Robbie Russell, second, 10-1. Adam Warzinski, third, 9-2. Jason Merlo, fourth, 8-3. This one was impressive to me. Eli, we didn't know too much going into this match about Eli, and he did very well, man. He came in fifth place, and he definitely shocked me. And then the other guy was Casey Coolidge, came in sixth. And the first thing that I had to say is, when I seen him on the video, I couldn't believe how big he is. I'm like, that dude made 198 pounds. Holy shit, bro. So, that was definitely another shocker that, I'm definitely got him on the radar now. I'm definitely going to be watching. This was a little, I thought Artem was going to do a little better. I think he got burnt out at the beginning. He came in seventh. He went 4-7 for the day. And then there was a three-way tie for between 8th through 10th. And that was Bob Brown, Quinlan Mendez, and Lewis. And then number 11 was Steve Logston. Number 12 was Eduardo. So what was your guys' thoughts on the matches? Tom, what was your thoughts that day?
I thought it was super entertaining. Again, congrats to Craig. Just looked super dominant. Jason Merlo, that dude's got a bright future, super long form. I imagine leverage-wise, it's hard to kind of get around that if you're facing him. Love the format. Would love to see it at 176 and hopefully at 242 as well. I would love to participate someday if that's a possibility. But yeah, it was enjoyable.
Robbie, what was your take from the whole 198? Any shocking, any surprises there?
No, like I said, me and Dad kind of expected Craig to be so dominant. When I pulled Craig, actually, Craig and Bob Brown was the only loss I've had in probably 6-7 months. And when I felt Craig in the overalls at Mississippi State, I was like, it's gonna be tough. I was like, yeah, Craig all the way. So, but I mean, it was a great tournament. I was a little bit surprised. I was thinking Adam was gonna probably get, I knew him and Robbie would be a really good match, but I was thinking maybe he had the edge on Robbie, but Robbie proved it wrong. So, but it was a great event for sure. It's great.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of that. And I got to make mention of another big winner that day, bro. And that is Craig, your wife, Denise. She picked the most wins in the bracket. And I was a little upset at first because she had 51 of them and she won the bracket. And I was right behind her with 49 with number 2. But I said, if I was going to lose, the person I'd want to lose to is Denise and Craig. They definitely deserved it. So
Thanks,
definitely
bro.
make mention, Denise, way to go. That was a great picking right there for sure.
Yeah, she was excited, man. When we sat down and look, I'm gonna tell you, I was very proud. When we sat down, she did the bracket. She pretty much, like, I didn't have to, like, she didn't have to say, well, Craig, do you think that, what about this? She went through the list and she made it. I was proud of her.
Craig, is there anybody on there that is now on your radar that you didn't know about before?
So, it's funny you say that. So, like, I'm gonna tell you, Eli is strong, bro. And a lot of people, like you said, don't know. And he proved it the other day. But, like, I think that, him just coming back from Worlds, I honestly can say that there's a reason why he's the 209 world champion, and I see that. And he has a lot, I think, styles make matches. I think that he has a lot of just a couple adjustments, I think would make a major change for him in the good way. Wow. And I felt what he had as far as his setup, his his inside and side pressure, and even his hand. I was pretty impressed. The thing that's scary is I watched the adjustments that Robbie has made. I honestly called it. I knew going into this that I really thought after watching, and look, I've watched tons of videos of him, Adam, and all of them. And the last few matches of him and Adam, I've seen where Robbie needs to make his adjustments, and Robbie did it. And I was calling it before it even happened that he was going to win against him and Adam. I could tell. I think that Jason, on the other hand, he's coming so fast with his momentum right now. I think all of us need to be careful. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm calling it like it is. Jason's got a serious future in this.
Yeah, I agree. And what's crazy, man, is we've known about this for years on the East Coast. All the guys over there, they all saying it. It's just we got to get Jason out there more, and I think this event just did it. It just spotlighted where he's at on the totem pole, and I'm hoping a lot of these big organizations are going to jump on him. I know he's been he's kind of like the poster boy for the Knuckles Up guys over in Jersey and all. So I'm expecting big things to him. I hope he gets a big match. I know they got a big event coming up January 6th, so I'm hoping that Jason Merlo will be part of that. And also want to make mention of that event. They also just locked in Chance Shaw versus Lachlan Adair, which I think is going to be a great match. And I'm kind of curious to hear your thoughts on that one, Craig.
I think that naturally Lachlan Adair is a serious powerhouse, and I really like his style. He likes to pull inside and which me too, and so, I really like Lachlan's style and how much power he brings. I do know that, Chance's long lever and his top roll post he has, I'm telling you now, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be a tough one for Lachlan to keep his hand with him. And, Chance has gotten really good at protecting himself from getting turned when he does pronate. And I think that he's got the tools to come out and win this. I really think he does. Power wise, Lachlan is just a powerhouse. I think the top roll and hand of Chance, I think is going to be a tough order.
So give me the percentage that you think that Chance has over Lachlan to win.
I think Chance has 80 to 85%.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, and now if it does stop and go into the inside, that's going to chip away on Chance. But I really think that he's just his top roll. I think is I'm hoping that Lachlan can protect himself is what I'm getting at. Because I know Chance is just his top roll is dangerous.
Yeah, he's got that low hand top roll set up
Yes.
that is just very hard to get inside.
Yep.
Robbie, what's your thoughts on that match, brother?
So most likely the same as Craig. I think if it went inside, I think Lachlan would have it. But, I think Chance is just so good at not, letting someone get inside, and he's able to get a really good top roll in there. So, I mean, I'd probably 85 to 90% chance winning that if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love Lachlan too. He's straight inside, super strong. Power for power, I think he's obviously stronger, I think, inside, but I think Chance is going to win it.
Tom, I got to ask you this question because I know that's your favorite guy is Lachlan Adair and all. So
Yeah,
curious to see what you're gonna say.
I'm actually going to say Lachlan 60% chance. I think he's been working on his hand and wrist a lot. We saw him just in his underground match with Ryan Bowen. He looked super dominant. I think he's got a lot of momentum right now. So I'm actually going to favor Lachlan in this match.
Can you actually update us on that? I didn't get to watch that. I seen the video go out, but I didn't get to click on it yet. The Ryan Bowen and Lachlan.
They just had the match?
It was just Ryan Bowen trying to get to the straps. He got to the straps once. The other rounds, it was just Lachlan completely containing Ryan's hand as he was trying to hit. So it's pretty dominant from Lachlan.
Wow.
Israel, what's your thoughts, bro?
Man, I do think that Lachlan is going to be the stronger man, but in the past, he's been susceptible to good top rollers, and I think Chance is a really good top roller. So I'm going to have to agree with what Craig said. I think that Lachlan could potentially have a long day that day.
Chad, please put in there your choice also. I'm just curious to see what you guys would think, Chance or Lachlan. And Israel, I know you had a couple questions. I'm going to let you take the mic on this.
Yeah, so I got a couple questions for Rob here. I wanted to ask you, so I hear you're a really good arm wrestler, and I also hear that you've gotten the chance to train with Craig, who's actually here on the chat. So you want to tell me a little bit about that and your arm wrestling history, how you found the sport?
Yeah, so I'm in Northeast Louisiana right now, so I'm about 3.5 hours from Craig. I found it, I think around 2015, 2016, they had a Fit for Life in Shreveport. And, like looking at arm wrestling, I always did in high school. And I saw arm wrestling in this fitness expo. I was like, why don't I give it a shot? But it was actually with pads and like all legit and stuff. I was like, I lined up opposite foot. I didn't know. But I ended up doing pretty good just because I was naturally just pretty strong from my powerlifting background. I ended up winning the amateur in 198. I did 242, and then I lost to. You remember Ernie Gross, Craig?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I lost to Ernie Gross in the overall for the overall. But I ended up winning first place for both my amateur tournaments in 2 classes though. So that's kind of how I found the sport. And I kind of strayed off for a little bit. I really stuck to my grounds in powerlifting. I ended up going to nationals and taking 5th in that. And then I don't know, I think it was arm bet. I saw some people around my area that were involved in it. And so we got like it started at a group of 3, and now it's like a group of 20 just in my area, which is really nice. So we have a pretty good group of guys though. I mean, it's great. We practice every week or so. So it's good to keep my arm fresh. And there's some guys that, are going to do some dominant in the pro classes as well.
When's the next competition for you? Tournament or super match? What are your plans for the next year or so?
To be honest, I'm really not sure. I've just been training really hard recently. I want to get some, since I'm going to the East versus West, I'm hoping to get some good after pulls and seeing how I kind of compare on the table with those Europeans.
Now, I also know that you have your own company, right? Is it Body by Rob? You want to maybe tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I have 2 brick and mortar stores in West Monroe, Louisiana. It's Body by Robbie. So we sell nutrition shakes, teas. I do meal prep. I was getting up to about 500 meals a week, kind of straight off of that a little bit. but that's like where I would cater for like a lot of busy individuals. It would have like the carbs, the fats, the proteins, the calories, everything listed out. And then they would just be able to pick it up like weekly, and just heat it up in the microwave. So it was pretty good. I did that. And I still have those businesses. They're doing well. So I'm kind of hands off in that. And now I'm really trying to delve into the actual like supplement line. So, and that's I can't really say too much about that because it's going to be in 2024. So we're going to release some really good supplements that's going to cater to all the arm wrestler stuff.
Yeah, is there
Oh,
some?
man.
I heard there's something with creatine or something you're going to be having coming out, and all. I'm not gonna get into it. And all, but
Yeah, it's creatine. So, with my dad's company, Vitacell, so, stem cell, I mean, every arm wrestler, it's inevitable. You're going to get injured at some point. And the only thing is, it's, the cost is a little bit higher. So, it caters to a certain demographic of people. So I figured I can make a supplement that every arm wrestler can use that's going to be cost efficient and affordable for everyone. And, every arm wrestler, obviously you go to the gym. So it's just going to aid in your recovery and also your workout.
where can people find this? Where can they? Do you have a website or anything that they could click on?
Yeah. So if you go to bodybyrobbie.com, you can subscribe and then you'll be like the first to know once we actually drop the products. But I would say probably 2 to 3 months, we're going to start releasing the products.
Well, I'm very excited, and I'll get the link from you and I'll put that in the description,
sure.
guys. So definitely get over there. Go check out Body by Robbie. Robbie's doing a lot of great things. He's a great arm wrestler. So let's get behind our arm wrestling family and support him for sure. And we got another super chat in from Superboy, and it's 40 something. I don't know what it is, but question is, who'd win if Denis versus Levan had happened at top 8? Ooh, that is a good question, Superboy. Thank you for that one. And we're going to ask Craig that question.
So if they pulled at the top 8 when both was in prime,
Yeah.
Denis.
Wow. See, that's what's crazy. Pradeep said that the other day, and I had no knowledge of that because, I've been in about 3 years in the sport, and ever since I've been there, Levan's been in the throne. There's nobody else. And
Right.
you mention any other name next to Levan, Levan is the favorite. Now you guys telling me like before this, Denis was the man. He was the Levan.
I mean,
Man.
2018 Denis, he looked even bigger than he is now, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Significantly.
Yeah.
So
and younger, to be honest. He looked younger as well.
This is very, very interesting, guys, because we really have no idea what level Denis is coming in at. So if Denis was the stronger man than Levan, bro, so we could be at another level that we don't even know about yet, bro.
Right. Exactly.
I got Devon all day.
Devon all day. So okay.
Devon all day.
Robbie, what's your thoughts on that, bro? First off, let me ask you, between Denis and Levan, years back at top 8.
See, I really haven't watched too much of Denis. I've seen him obviously, against Michael Todd, Richard Lupke's, and all of them. It's kind of hard for me because, I see Levan as that pinnacle. He's at the pinnacle of the sport, and it's really hard to bet against him when I haven't seen him lose in so many years. So I would take Levan prime for prime, but I don't know.
Israel, what's your thoughts on this?
I think that the Denis back then was just, he was the peak of arm wrestling before Levan. And I think Levan back then maybe wasn't the Levan he is today.
Right.
So I definitely think that Denis would have definitely taken that match. It would have been fun to watch, but
I think it
Denis
depends
would
if we're
have had it.
talking about peak Denis and peak Levan, or 2019, Denis and 2019 Levan, because I think Levan was at his best shape before he just recently got injured. That was when he did, if you guys saw the 360-pound curl, I think that was his best shape, like right before he got injured pretty recently. So I think that Levan would win if it was that peak Levan before injury versus Denis from 2018.
I'm going to ask you the same question, Craig. So a peaked Levan against a peak Denis.
So here's the thing with that. Denis's kryptonite is a strong top roller, because we've seen, some of the strongest top rollers crack his wrist. But the difference with the strong at peak Levan is not only can he crack your wrist, but he has so much side pressure that he's hitting with that hit he's got, that I think that it would have been a serious chance that Levan would be able to crack him.
Wow.
And it's because of his hand is so strong and his top roll with his hit, at his best. Hopefully when he gets he gets healed up, I'm hoping he's going to be back strong,
My only question though is, with Denis being so strong, I think he could possibly test Levan's endurance. And I think that's the only chink in Levan's
in the scrap.
Yeah. So what's your guys' thoughts on that? Because, Denis to me comes off as one of those like kind of slow pullers that, he gets stronger as time goes on. Like when we seen him going against Zauer in that practice and all, Zauer flashed him the first couple of times, and then all of a sudden Denis started slowing things down and it went a different way.
Yeah, I think only if he gets a stop where it's not too stretched out. If he gets a stop where he's still in the match somewhat and you kind of can reel Levan in at some point, then I think it would be possible. But I just think Levan is actually super technical for a super heavyweight. He would be able to crack the wrist and then explosively go sideways and get a pin before Denis can get kind of a stop going. So it would be tough for Denis to stop a peak Levan, I think.
And I got to ask this question because we got the big match coming up, guys. And Denis versus Devon. Robbie, bro, what's the prediction on that day, bro?
Rio, Devon.
Devon, okay.
Devon.
Well, you got a little favoritism. You hang out with Devon on a regular basis, so that's your boy also.
Yeah, a little biased, but
Craig.
But I still think I think he's too much now. I really think he's too much. I don't think Devon or Denis is there yet. Possibly in the future once he starts getting, back in the game a little bit with arm wrestling. He just, to me, I think he's strong, and it's not going to be an easy match. I don't think at all. I think it could be a grinder, but I still think Devon's going to win.
I was originally saying the same thing where I thought it was going to be Devon and all, but now after hearing Craig saying the same thing as like kind of Pradeep said, where, Denis was the favorite a couple of years ago, that has me second guessing my answer now, because I'm like, yeah, we really don't know what level Denis was at when he left. Denis could have been 2 notches above Levan. So even if Denis comes in at 90%, you know what I mean? He could still be stronger than Levan. So
yeah, but the question is what percentage, because obviously he had that huge health problem, and now, I don't think he's willing to push it as far as the health consequences of taking stuff. So I don't know if it's the same. Denis, is it 80%, 70%, 90%? We're gonna find out.
the one thing that he did say, bro, that makes me believe he is pushing it just as hard is that he has all the same size upper body as before, but he's not training his legs anymore. And I mean, when you've seen Denis' legs, bro, those things were crazy looking. So they would add a bunch more weight. So it almost seems like he's just not training legs, but I think he's pushing that body, bro. He's starting to look very mutant-like again, man, in my opinion. Craig, Craig, what's your thoughts on the match, bro? Who's gonna walk away the victor that day? Is it Devon or is it Denis?
Devon has really set the bar really high lately. I'm going to say Devon. His protecting his top roll and being able to look what he did with Hermes. That just, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't thinking it was going to go that easy for him, and it was just like a walk in the park. And Hermes is just straight up a beast, So honestly, I think that Devon has every bit of the tools, which we all know. He has the endurance, which we all know. And I think he's gonna crack the code on Denis, and Denis is gonna be in trouble.
Wow. And Arm Sports Entertainment, $4.99 super chat. It's Tim Talmadge. He says, Devon is my boy. Don't get me wrong, but I do believe Denis wins this match. Of course, I want Devon to win, though. Thank you for that, Tim. Yeah, bro. I definitely respect that for sure. The next thing that I got to ask from that is, all right, Denis loses that day against Devon. Do we still want to see Denis versus Levan?
No, I want to see him against Hermes or Vitali, the winner of Hermes and Vitali.
Okay, fair enough. Craig, what's your thoughts on that?
I was going to agree. I was going to agree with Tom. I mean, that's where I would think same exact thing.
Israel,
Yeah, that would be a good match to see. I gotta agree.
Robbie.
Yeah, I would say the same exact thing. I
Wow.
mean, yeah.
I'm the only one, bro. I'm just a little nervous, man. I just like we got them both healthy right now. So I'm like I
You're
just wanna
nervous
see this.
about Jerry going against Travis or Jerry going against Devon too, huh?
Well, bro, I gotta admit, man, I don't think he's ready for that, man. And I keep, I kind
Is that
of
actually going to happen? You think?
well, January, they're gripping up. We're all gonna be over at Vitacell Biologics. We got uh Vitacell Illuminati 2.0, January 5th through 7th. And there was a lot of back and forth between Jerry and Devon. And, Devon called it out. But he said, Jerry, bring all your money, bring your cars. We could bet there. And, Jerry answered back. And his answer was, he said he's down to practice with him there. So,
With no
I
official
started
match though, huh?
well, I don't know, man. I started thinking there was like a match in the works behind the scenes. So
I saw you digging at him whether there's a king of the table contacted him or not, and he wouldn't give you an answer.
Well, listen to me. There's something he's hiding from me. I don't know what, and I've been poking around, but I think we figured it out on the last podcast, and I think it's the Hermes rematch might be happening soon, but I think we got to find out what's going on with Vitaly and Hermes. I believe they're going to have a big match coming up at King of Table. Is that locked in, guys? Does anybody know if that's locked in?
Oh, no, I'm not
I'm
sure
not
yet.
sure either. I don't know.
Yeah, so Hermes went out and made a video and said that he wanted to pull Vitaly, and it was like he said that, but then he said it wasn't confirmed yet. It was kind of weird. It's like, why would you, mention that before it was even confirmed? But I would love to see that match, man. Vitaly versus Hermes is real interesting to me. And who do you think wins that? Because I know we seen that practice pull 2 years back and all, and I think
I got
Hermes got the
Hermes.
best. Hermes, wow. He think he's going to be able to deal with that height, even though Alex Kadecha gave him a lot of problems with the height?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's been working on it.
Craig, what's your thoughts on that, brother?
I agree. I agree, Hermes. I mean, now I'm not going to try to say Vitaly is not a threat, because he is a threat. I think Hermes has been working. Now, as long as Hermes is healthy, I know he was having some shoulder issues. Long as his shoulder's good, I really think he's probably going to take it.
Yeah, I got to say, Hermes been posting some videos, and it looks like he's got a fire on his ass. He looks angry. He looks like he didn't take that win against Devon lightly, bro. He's going to come back with a vengeance and all. And I'm definitely interested to see that. Robbie, how do you see that go, man? Vitaly versus Hermes. Is that height going to be too much for Hermes?
I think he probably worked a lot after. I mean, Devon and Vitaly, obviously, Vitaly's still taller, but Devon's taller than Hermes. He had to work a lot. He felt the difference in height. So I know if they had the match, he'd be working like crazy for that. And I think Hermes would just be too much for Vitaly. I think it could be a war, but I still think Hermes would win that one.
Israel, what's your thoughts, man? And that's like something that we kind of been working on with your style, bro. You're kind of making that transition, kind of be pulling like Hermes is against these long levered super heavies. So who do you think gets the win, man? Has Hermes got the strength to pull that long lever down?
I think he does, and I think if the Dave versus Vitaly match is any inclination, I think that because Vitaly is so big and long, he has to dump a lot in the setup, and Hermes is just going to take full advantage of that and just rip him to the pad. I think it would be a bad matchup for Vitaly.
Wow. We got a $5 super chat in from Greg Brown TV. It says, Tom, the Airbnb has a bunk bed. Me and you pillow talk, late night confession. That would be good TV. Robbie,
I'll suffocate you with a pillow,
beast.
Greg.
I want a rematch. Thank you, Greg Brown, for that. Shout out to Greg Brown. Greg Brown is throwing our big matches December 9th. I got my big match against Ryan Grondin. Twinkie Boy is going to be the main event. And then we also got the co-main event. We got Tom going against Freddie Sanchez, which these two have had a lot of beef, and they're going to finally settle it that day. Really exciting on that one. And hey, Craig, do you have any knowledge of Freddie Sanchez or Tom Poling at all?
I have knowledge of Tom, and Tom's extremely strong. I mean, we've done some work together, me and him, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know much about Freddie. Yep. I know what Tom's got, and it's going to take somebody extremely talented and strong to pull with Tom.
I got to also ask you this, since you have experience pulling Tom, he's got a big match November 4th, left hand, going against Artem Tararenko. How does that go, Craig?
Honestly, I think Tom's going to win it.
Whoa!
Wow, wow.
Bombshells!
Wow.
Wow! That is official, man. And I've been hearing a lot, bro, because I've been defending you, Tom, and kind of taking your side. And I'm like, yeah, I think he might have some for Artem. And everybody's like, what are you, crazy? Artem is so experienced. And your crowd was like, bro, that dude, Tom, man.
Yeah, when you read the comments from people who haven't been in arm wrestling, they don't know what's up. They haven't been to tournaments. It's casual fans, but the people who know, they kind of know what's going on.
Exactly, man. And I gotta say, bro, the Natty Daddy, bro, he's gonna show up November 4th, and I can't wait to see this for sure. Robbie, how do you see that match going, man? Because I know you've pulled Artem also. Have you guys pulled Tom and Robbie?
I don't think I pulled you. I don't think so.
I would really actually like to see you two pull, man. That would be an interesting match right there. I know
Not
there's a
lefty,
weight
not
difference.
lefty.
Absolutely.
Maybe righty, but I haven't really seen you pull that much. I know Artem's super good. Obviously both hands lefty, so I would have to watch more of you to see kind of where you line up. I couldn't just favor one or the other. But I know he's no slouch for sure.
Do we know how much better his left is compared to his right? What would you guys say?
Tom, I'm going to tell you that answer. So honestly, I don't want to foresay that his left is that much better than his right. He's got a good post drag that I think a lot of people's lefts, and I think you'll agree with me, Tom, and all of y'all. There's a lot of people that they have a strong right, and their left is about mediocre. Mm-hmm. And then you have some guys that are all left-handed pullers. So I think his left is about equal to his right. And, a lot of the guys that he's pulling, they're not as dominant left as he is.
Yeah. So my question is, why didn't he want to pull me on the right as well, to be honest? And I think he thought that by challenging me on the left, that would be his way of, beating me. But my left is actually stronger as well. I don't know if he knows that, but I'm going to destroy him.
Yeah. The thing that a lot of people struggle with Artem is he's kind of like a lot like Todd Hutchins. So if he gets his hand to it, he will drive without it, and that's where a lot of people get into deep waters with him, because they'll take his hand and they don't realize that what he's fixing to do is surge, and he sometimes gets people out of their position because he's surging so much with his hand back. So that's another thing that makes him so dangerous.
Yep, I've seen plenty of footage.
Yeah,
it's hard though. Like if someone has that in their arsenal, if they're able to lose their hand and still pull, that's a dangerous puller. And that's what I've been practicing a lot, just because I don't have a manual labor job, and a lot of manual labor people have a lot stronger hands than me. So I do have a tendency. I've been working it a lot. I do have a tendency to lose my hand. But just this year, I've been able to really lose my hand and kind of still keep pulling and transition back, into either a press or get my hand back and do almost like a shoulder roll. So it just opens up a lot of different, if you're more versatile, it opens up your levels in the game for sure.
Yep.
I feel like that's Artem's oh shit move, man. Whenever he gets in any kind of trouble, all of a sudden he's surging.
It's a desperation move for him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's not. It's a lot more dangerous than going into like a king's move. It's real offensive and just like real aggressive. So just beware of that, bro, because that shit does not look fun. We got a couple of super chats I got to make mention of. And guys, we got 124 people watching and we only got 34 likes. So guys, please help me out. Hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me out. And if you guys haven't already, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at that 12,000 mark. Got a couple more to go. So help me out with that. Share it. Do whatever you got to do. Please help me out. So we got another super chat from Superboy for 40 something. And it says, I met Denis in 13. He was as wide as two jack dudes. Yeah, I definitely believe that. And that hand, bro, is just nuts. Craig, did you meet Denis in person?
Oh yeah. I've met him 3 times. Met him at the Arnold. I met him at FIBO when he was actually we were pulling. I was pulling for Arm Wars in Germany in FIBO, and Denis was at a booth, and I got to group up with him, and Denis did too. And I'm going to tell you right now, and this was at his peak. And I'm telling you, I have never in my life gripped up with somebody with such a big hand and just, I mean, and I wanted him, I told him, I said, grab me like you would when you're about to pull somebody, you know, serious. And look, it about crushed the bones in my hand. He was so strong.
Wow.
It was scary.
Do you have any idea what he does to build those hands like that, to get those little sausages going?
I
Human
think
growth
that,
hormone.
It's not growth hormone, man. Believe me, bro. I would
It's Chernobyl radiation.
Yeah, it's got to be some with that, bro. But it's not growth hormone. Believe me, bro. I wish.
Genetic editing or something, man. That's just
Gene modification.
Crazy, bro.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is next level.
It's like if you were to create a video game character and you just give all the attributes to the hand, just enlarged hand, enlarged joints, everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I'd love to see? Him and Jeff Dave put their hands next to each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
Jeff
Jeff's
is a
got
monster.
like the biggest hands on the
Yeah.
planet and shit. I'd be curious to see where Saplankov is with him.
Yeah.
We got another super chat from Steve West Arm Wrestling for $1.99. Can't wait for December 9th. Big super matches to come. Yeah, Steve West has a big match, I believe, against Matt Bustamante. They'll be on the card as well. And this week, guys, I'm going to be posting on my channel the other super matches that will be going on. And I'm going to start getting all the guys on the card on interviews so everybody could get to know everybody and we can start really hyping up this event. So definitely check out the channel for that. And also, Tom, I want to know, bro, what's the plans for November 4th weekend and everything? You know, I know you've been training hard. You got your match with Artem. We also wanted to know, do you want to do it on Friday night and have
Saturday?
You want it on Saturday? Okay, because the reason why we're asking, because we want to know if you wanted to pull in the tournament on Saturday.
Right before the tournament, Saturday.
Perfect. All right. So you'll have that. So guys, we'll be able to watch the match between Artem and Tom. It'll be Saturday. I think probably around like 6 p.m. Eastern time. And you'll be able to check that out on Travis Bajan Unfiltered. And then that whole weekend will be on my channel and we'll be doing behind the scenes content.
So that's going to be live streamed or no?
Yeah, it will be live streamed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. We got another super chat in from Greg Brown TV for $10. I used the ArmBet app to find a weekend practice as an over-the-road truck driver passing through Louisiana. Parked at a truck stop and walked to meet Robbie Karstendiek. Haha. Remember that, Robbie?
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny. Yeah.
Oh, wow. This really went
My
down,
first
bro.
time.
Tell us about what happened, bro.
You can ask him what happened. No, he's a good guy. He came, he's a trucker. He drives in, and we actually had a practice, and it was great. It helps really meet new arm wrestlers. He did really well. It was good to pull with different hands because pulling the same hand, it doesn't get boring, but it just you want to pull someone else that you haven't pulled in a while. So it was good to get someone fresh.
Hell yeah, man. And guys, if you guys are newbie arm wrestlers and you go into any new area, get over to that ArmBet app and you could see all the pullers in your area, connect with them, get over to a practice and all. It's really, really smart thing to do. Shout out to Devon Lorette for that. We got another super chat from US Liberty for 420. Craig, how many crawfish can you eat in one sitting?
It's funny. I love crawfish. I've actually ate 15 pounds by myself. If I want to, I could probably push 20. And that's a lot of crawfish.
Oh, yeah.
Because a sack of crawfish, is normally about 30, 32 pounds. So I've ate, close to 20 already. So, I know I could do it. I'm going to be miserable, but I love crawfish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Hey, Craig, sorry, I just wanted to, while I have you on here, I wanted to ask you one more thing. So I've been hearing through the grapevine that Wall's coming back, and I know you probably can't tell me much, but maybe you can shed some light on if it were to ever come back, is that something you would be interested in, or something that we might potentially see you in again?
Yeah, there is talk. You're right about that assumption. There is talk about it, and I think Wall was great. It exposed a lot of good arm wrestlers and got a lot of people interested. Got us on TV. I think it was great. So yes, absolutely. I would be very interested in doing it. Absolutely, yeah.
It's
That's awesome to
interesting,
hear.
Craig. You just said it, man. So it's happening, bro. We're in the works. Like, do we have a time frame or anything?
I believe positively. I think something's going to happen. I can't give all that out, but yes, I think something's going to be happening. Yes.
And coming from that confident smile you're giving us, he knows something. And so
Yeah.
I'm very happy to hear this, guys.
Let's
WAL is
go.
coming
Let's
back.
go.
That is
Yep.
amazing. We got
That's
a
good to
huge
hear.
super chat from Rob K for $49.99. He said, I saw Denis' actual curl record, and it is legit. Wouldn't have been a good lift in USA. CT would still hold the record. Thank you for that. And yeah, what he's talking about is CT Fletcher had the actual curl record, the world curl record. And
Yeah.
the guy that actually took that from him was Denis Saplankov. And I actually learned that when I had CT on interview. And I said, I was asking him if he knew any of the arm wrestlers. And the first guy, of course, he said Devon Lorette. And then he goes, actually, the second guy was the guy that beat me for my world arm curl record. And that is Denis Saplankov. And I thought that was pretty cool, man, to know.
Yeah, that's cool.
For real, man. And thank you for that, Rob. And also want to shout out Vitacell Biologics, man. We got a big event coming down January 5th through 7th. It's going down in Las Vegas. It's Vitacell Illuminati 2.0. We know we just did one about a month ago in Naples, Florida. That was the 1.0. Levan, Devon, Bob Brown, Craig Tullier, Sarah Bachman, the who's who of arm wrestling was there. And now this one, same thing, man. We got the huge lineup. I think Travis Bajan's coming, Jerry Cataract, Craig's going to be there, Bob Brown, Sarah Bachman, myself. We even got Nanya coming through. We got CT Fletcher. I mean, we got the who's who of arm wrestling, and we got other celebrities coming through, which we will be announcing very shortly. So definitely check that out. It's going to be a great cross-networking event. Vitacell Biologics is doing huge things for the arm wrestling community, really helping us out, getting a lot of eyes on the sport. And I got my own story, quick story for that. Actually, my dumbass, I've been real safe on the table and making sure to keep preventative from getting hurt or whatever. Well, I'm going to get out my truck yesterday. I'm up at one of my properties, and I jumped down, and I guess it was a little moist on the ground, and it was loose. And next thing, boom, I go take a fall, hyperextend my knee and everything. Oh man, I was in so much pain. Jump back in my truck, drive a couple hours back to my house, forget all about everything. I'm on the phone talking, go to jump out the truck again, totally forgetting I just hurt myself. Go right down on my left leg. My knee just buckled out from under me, went straight down on my face. Everything really hurt up. So I've been, just doing the rest and ice and compression and all. But I hit up my guys over at Vitacell Biologics to let them know. And right away, bro, they're like, dude, we're going to hook you up with the clinic over in Sacramento. Go right over there, talk to this doctor. They're going to get me some exosomes, get me some stem cell treatment. They really do great, amazing things for us arm wrestlers, making sure we're always healthy. Really appreciate them. So definitely arm wrestlers, get behind them, show support, get over to their link. If you guys have any injuries, they could definitely help you out. Shout out to you guys. So guys, I just want to thank everybody for coming on the show this week, man. I'm really excited about Body by Robbie, man. I can't wait to see what you got coming up in 2024. Let me know as soon as those supplements are released, brother. I'm 100% in.
For sure.
Very
Appreciate you having
excited
me
about
on.
that.
It's good to
Thank
see all
you.
you guys.
Yeah,
You
man.
too,
Robbie,
Robbie.
you look like a beast, man. You look like a beast. Keep going, dude. Number 2 behind Craig, man. You got to keep going, bro.
Hey, I'm ready
You're
to turn it
beast.
on over to him. I'm ready to turn it over to him.
Yeah, man. The guy looks the part for sure.
And
Appreciate
shout
it.
out to Craig. Craig, do you have anything coming up? What's your next big event that you're pulling in?
I've actually got something actually in Vegas in January.
Oh wow.
Also, March, I'm traveling over to Ireland.
Oh wow, nice, bro. Is that the Arm Gods over there?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh hell yeah, man.
Wow.
yeah.
Dude,
So
I was
gonna be
invited.
sick,
They
man.
had a match for me over there, but I already have a match on March 23rd at Winter Blast, so I had to decline that. But yo, Arm Gods, if you're listening, man, I want to be part of any of your events, bro. You guys got a lot of big, amazing things going on. So shout out to them. And what
Hell
else you got going on? So we know we got January in Vegas, March, you got Ireland. What else you got going on? Anything else?
Since I won the round robin, I'm being told that I'm going to be able to pull the 220 round robin. That's going to be May or June. So I'm actually going to try to gain some weight. I'm going to try and try to be ready. I would really, really love to give that a shot.
Bro, you go in and do that and go in undefeated in that one, bro. It's game over, man. Like everybody should just retire in the 198s and 220s and just say Craig Tullier's class.
Craig, the whole bag of crawfish, man, and you're there.
Yeah,
You're there.
You're right. You're right. I'm hoping, truthfully, guys, I'm hoping that England gives me a shot at East versus West. I would love to go back.
Who's on the radar over there for you?
Well, I would love to eventually get a shot back at David.
Yes.
But I think I'm going to have to go before all that. I think I'm going to have to pull Daniel Propacek or one of them before. So I just would love to do whatever England offers for me. So I would love to do it.
I love that guy Daniel Prokopiak, but bro, that's crazy to put him against you, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I think you would take that guy for a ride, a serious ride, and that's saying a lot because I look at Daniel as one of the best pound for pound arm wrestlers on this planet. But
yeah, he's a beast.
That's a tall order to take on you, bro. For real, dude.
I agree. Yeah.
But thank you, bro. I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to see you get a next big match at East versus West, and definitely going to check out what you're going to be announcing going down in Vegas in January, and looking for that Arm Gods in March 23rd, bro. Hell yeah, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank y'all for having me. I really enjoyed talking with you guys.
Thank you for having us. And Israel and Tom, thank you again for coming on, bro. Israel, well, let's get another training session in this weekend before I get out of here.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
Paul, are you going to be competing in the tournament for the Virginia State as well?
No, I told everybody I'm taking off from that. But what I am doing that whole weekend, I am pulling everybody and anybody there. I'm using this as a practice.
If Travis is pulling in that too?
Travis is 100% pulling.
Any other confirms who's coming to that? Or
I mean, I'm getting called from everywhere. I know a whole bunch of Indiana guys are coming in, Ohio guys are coming in, the 98's rolling through. So, there's going to be tons of guys coming through, a lot of good pullers. Definitely, if you're in that area, November 4th, come check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know November 3rd, Friday night, we're going to have a little get together at the venue as well. So lots of big things coming up. So definitely check that out. Travis Bajan and Paul Italia coming together, throwing a great event. All right, fellas, I'm going to let everybody go. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
Great talking to you guys. Thank you.
Sounds good, guys.
Gun shows, everybody. Show them. Oh, yeah.